Bitch, you're doing a good job. 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 Mwaganyarosho. Yene nie jitago karaja. Nene nie mudhuri wa Catherine. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Catherine and I hope that you get to stay by subscribing. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always finding my content worth the watch. Before we get to what we're going to talk about today, thank you so much for 10,200 views. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like, I hoped that you guys watch my videos. I just didn't expect to get to that number that fast. And I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being in this journey with me. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey that I love so much. So, today, just as you've seen on the title, I want us to talk about, now that we are about to wind up the year, ningependa tuzungumzie 20+1 things I've learned so far. And since 21 things are so many, I think we're going to have a part 1 and 2. So on this part 1, we'll have 11 points. These are not the things I've learned in 2021, not necessarily, but the things, I think I should have said the things I know for sure, okay? So the first thing I know I've learned is that just because you're a nice person does not mean everyone else is obliged to be nice to you. You might be a nice person, but other people, they have a choice to be assholes, and you're not to blame for that. So just because you treat people nicely does not mean everyone is going to treat you nicely. And let me tell you guys, I believe I'm a nice person. And if at all I have not been nice to someone, at least I apologize and make amends to the things I've done to that person. But I know how it feels when you not act nice, when you're nice to someone and all they give back is crap, or all they give back is a million times less what you give. But you know what? I learned that juu tu we ni mtu mzuri, usi expect watu wa kutreat vizuri. We ni mzuri, we kwa tu mzuri, but usi expect watu wengine wa kutreat vizuri. Number 2, you are not to blame for how people treat you. Just to add on to the fact, it's like a follow-up point for part 1, for point 1. So, you are not to blame for how people treat you. So, whatever people do to you, if they shame you, they backbite, or you're not to blame. It's not you, it's them. It's just how they are. It's not you. If say someone initangwa kufanya nini? Cyberbullies you online. By the online imedrive watu wengi sana to depression. But anytime someone writes that terrible comment, it's not about you. It's that person. Wewe ndio asshole. You're just a bad person and I am a nice person. So it's upon you. You deal with whatever you're supposed to deal with. You heal. Heal. You need to heal. You need to let go of all the hurt that you have, because I'm not taking that. So you're not to blame for how people treat you. So this part, I know it's difficult to hear, but you, wait for it, might be the toxic one. In those relationships that you're about to end, or the ones you've already ended, by relationship I mean hata kama ni friendship, zinaitangwaje, agape, platonic, zote hizo relationship zote. Imagine you might be the toxic one. Imagine you might be planning to end the relationship with this person, but you're the one who is on the wrong. You're the one who is toxic. It's not them. So through this point, I think I'm trying not to bring out this point as if I'm so perfect, because I'm not. I'm just human, a beautiful human. But I think I have learned to take a step back and think what I might have done first before I reprimand that other person, so that you get to, it's hard to, especially when you realize that you were the one who's on the wrong. I don't know whether you're getting me, but it really helps. So you need to know that you might be the toxic one. It is never your fault that he or she cheated. And gosh, me, I don't know, Aki, because I've been because I have been there in the past. In the past, uko mbali, uko so Misiri. And the first thing that happens, the first instance you realize you're being cheated on, you start thinking it's you. Maybe it's my body, maybe it's because I am not a good dancer. Maybe it's because I don't club, or maybe ni mimi, by the way. Maybe si compare time. It's never you. If at all ingewahi kuwa wewe and you're dealing with someone mwenye ako na akili binadamu, angekusit down kukuambia vitu zenye ufanyi right. And this goes to women, because I am a woman and I've not had that kind of point from a man's point of view. Maybe some atatuambia siku moja nikimleta kwa channel, but I think, yeah, we do ourselves so much injustice when the first thing we do is fall back and forget all the work we've done for ourselves. We forget everything that we have built with our own hands and brains, and every other person around us who thinks we are amazing, na tunaibase on this one person mwenye aliona ni kama we hufai, and it's on them. They're just terrible people who cannot communicate their feelings. So you are not to blame. Well, if he or she cheats on you, you are not to blame at all. It's not you, it's them. They're just terrible people with communication issues and insatiable beings. Sawa, louder. Okay. In due time, God surely does make it happen. And this should have been the first point, but niliziandika in no particular order. So, si ati there's it has a hierarchy or something. But, child, wacheni niwaambie, in due time, God really makes it happen. Yani, I don't know. And there's probably someone watching me and thinking that, yani, kwani nitangoja how long? Imagine, as hard as it is, it'll happen. I'll give an example. Wacheni niwaambie zile interview nimeenda hii mwaka. Where I had a job, but zile interview nilienda because deep down I knew I'd really want to be somewhere else, and I knew there's better for me out there. Better for me not just in terms of monetary value, but also in terms of my mental health, in terms of my well-being. You know, there comes a point where you outgrow places. Like you don't want to be in those places. And I had lost all hope. Nilikuwa tu zile za, you know what, sawa. And when you're uko kwa hiyo time ya kutafuta, like you feel like aki God. Watu ndo nasemanga ulalangi ama uko mahali unacheza golf. But he really makes it happen all year. Sitaki kujisifia, but I'm just so grateful natoka hii mwaka na a different perspective, you know, a different work, a different job with a very good environment. Like, God does make it happen. Even when you're grieving, ungeniambia ningekuwa this happy March. Tulizika Judy mwaka babe, sio? Ungeniambia ningekuwa this happy hii mwaka, on March ningekupiga, ningekublock, because it was the hardest time for me and my family. We had lost our cousin, and it was just so much. It was so painful. It's not like we've forgotten her, but it gets easier, and it's in due time. Okay, so whatever you're going through, you just know in due time God does make it happen. He does. And if there's anything I'll never forget, if there's anything I'll never stop saying, ni hiyo, God does make it happen. You just have to believe in him. As hard as it is, we are all humans, na kuna time tutashindwa, ai wewe kwani wewe kwani mimi nitakanga tu hapa na naangalia tu watu wenzangu wana make it, mimi niko tu hapa. But imagine he'll make it happen. You'd rather wait and get something nice than rush into something that's not long lasting. Well, I don't sound like I'm preaching, but in due time, God does make it happen. No one should guilt trip you for the things you want to do differently. That has taken me a lot of learning. Back then, singe understand mwanamke akiniambia hataki watoto. Singe understand mwanamke akiniambia, or mwanaume akiniambia, we are inclusive here, hataki watoto, hataki kuoa, hataki kuolewa. Singe understand mwanamke akisema, me I don't want to work, I want to be a stay at home woman, wife, I want to be, wanajitanga trophy wife, I want to be, mimi nataka tu kukaa home, bwanangu wa work, anipeange, kama ananipea pesa yenye ananipea, mimi nitachunga tu nyumba. Singe understand mtu akiniambia ataki kuwa ina career, azini yako tu ya. But now when a woman says they don't want kids, I'm like, imagine you have a right not to want them. And as Africans, I think there's something we need to learn. We need to learn that just because you chose to have a family does not mean I have to choose to. I should have a family. Okay, irrespective. I am talking on behalf. I'm talking to people who have decided not to have kids, not people who can't. Okay, so people who have the capability but don't want to. Na sasa hiyo ndio numanga watu kabisa. Unaanza kuambiwa, unajua kuna watu wengi wanatafuta watoto, unajua kuna watu wengi wanatafuta, wanaweza taka sana kuolewa, but uko hapo. Like, you should never allow people to guilt trip you for the things you want to do differently. If when you dem and unafeel like kama, hey, me I want to add my bum, and you have the capability, kwani what's cosmetic beauty for? You go get it, you know, live your life and live it to the fullest. Hakuna trophy na kujanga na kuishi life ya suffering, ama kuishi life yenye ati uliishi life yenye wengine wangetaka uishi kwa sababu tu unaogopa kukuwa judged. Hakuna, there's no trophy. So you either choose to live the life you want to live, ama ulive ukiwa frustrated. Umekimbizwa, umeambiwa you are almost 30, you are almost 32, so unafaa kupata mtoto, so you bring a child into this world. Wewe mwenyewe huwezi jiprovidea, ndio umeleta mtoto. Wewe hata Mungu anaweza kupunish kuliko mtu mwenye ametoa ball, kwa sababu wewe you knew you do not have the capability to fend for this child, but you still chose kuzaa just because unakimbizwa na society. Usemange tu uko na mtoto. Umekimbia, umeolewa na mtu tu sijui nani huyo, hadi ni abusive, just because unataka family kuitange Mrs. ama uitangwe wewe, mimi ni bwana ya unajua mimi ni demoduri magani ya rosho yene nie tetako karaja na ni moduri wa Catherine. Na Catherine anakuchapanga. Catherine ni abusive, Catherine ni narcissist. just because you want to furahisha society. Imagine live your life kama my boyfriend says that vizuri. Babe, siseme live your life kama mama.
Ishi maisha yako ka babes.
Ishi maisha yako ka babes. Ishi maisha yako ka babes. Aki kama usiteseke kama. If you do what you want to do, provided you're not harming anyone else, ai bana, ishi maisha yako kama. The next point is, just because it's difficult right now does not mean it will be this way forever. And hii point na feel ni kama ina intermarry, na in due time God surely does it. So just because it's difficult right now does not mean it will be difficult forever. Like, vindu vichenjanga, things change, tables turn. And kwani kwako ndio shida imekita mizizi? Kwani kaidhena ohade to kwanyu? Kwanyu ndio kwako unafeel kwako ndio Mungu alikuja akapanda the seed of poverty and suffering and tears? No. It's not going to be like that forever. And on that note, however, whatever you do, make sure you treat people as such. Uyo guard, uyo watchman unashinda unaniambia nini wewe watchman, uweze nifanyia nini? Anajua kitu yenye wewe hujui. Uyo makanga mwenye unamwambianga ndio maana unafanyia kazi juu hujasoma, kuna kitu anajua yenye wewe hujui. Na kama hiyo ndio point yake ya difficulty, imagine things change. You see those movies tunasemanga sijui hizo ni it's just a movie. Uju utampata wapi? You don't know. And if there's anything my dad has really put into our brains, ni hiyo. Usiwahi dharau mtu yoyote. Usiwahi. Ukiona my dad amekaa chini na ameita makamagera na wanunulia alcohol ama na wanunulia food, like he's like mi sijui mimi nitakuwa wapi siku moja wanisaidie. Mi sijui nitakuja hapa ni mistaken iwe mimi ni mwizi wanisaidie juu wananijua. So just because someone is going through a difficulty, usitumie you against them thinking that they're going to live in that situation forever. Haya. You are allowed to cancel or set boundaries with toxic people, even your family. Najua some of you mnakuanga, nikisema hivyo mnakuanga zile za
unajua si understand, si get, niko lost. Aje? Ati? Huh?
Yeah, you are allowed to. Now, when it comes to family, I don't know whether you should cancel immediately. You need first to establish boundaries, because when it's family, it's different, especially your immediate family, your parents, your brothers. But you are allowed to block that uncle who keeps telling you how fat you've become or how absent you've been. Anyone that makes you feel some type of way. Let me tell you something. Wherever you go, whenever, if that place or those people leave you coming back home feeling like less happy than you went or less of a person, if you went feeling, I feel so pretty, and you come back feeling ugly as fuck, cancel them or create boundaries. And I know how hard it is to create a boundary, because most people who, first of all, let me tell you, there's a chick who said, I saw on TikTok saying, if you set a boundary with someone and that person gets pissed or insults you, they're just mad because you not setting boundaries. That boundary ilikuwa inamnufaisha. So you are suffering, and what you were feeling that time that you had not set that boundary, alikuwa na gain. He or she was gaining something from that the lack of that boundary. So you need to learn to set boundaries and stand up for yourself. I don't know, honestly. I think from what I've learned to feed my mind, I'm low-key showing you my ink guy. I digress. From what I've read or what I've watched or what my baby, has taught me so far, like, you need to learn to stand up for yourself. Huwezi kuanga tu unaenda mahali alafu unatoka hapo ukifeel vibaya. And setting boundaries also means blocking people on social media, people who make you feel like shit. Si atu wamekukosea, but they do not, if when you visit that page, unatoka kwa hiyo page ukifeel ni kama wewe ni taka. Unatoka hapo ukifeel ni kama hakuna kitu unafanya. Block them or mute. Just mute them. Regain your confidence first and then you can unblock those people. That setting boundaries ni kitu kama hiyo. Number 9, you cannot go around calling everyone a friend. Most of all, I keep asking myself, how do you have 10 friends? Kwani unasimama MCA? Siget, as in 10. And then how do you keep that friendship afloat? 10 people, they can fill a room. As in, you need someone said you need to distinguish people who are for you and people who, I can't remember the exact words, but you need to separate between people that are for you, your own tribe, and people too. As in watu too. You can't go around, huyu ni beshte yangu. Do you know what friendship is? Then we need to get to truly define what friendship really is to you. You will be able to separate friends and others. Because honestly, I don't understand how people keep 20 friends. 20! Yeah. 20 friends. You have 7 friends. Mbona? Anyway, yeah, you can't go around calling people friends. Even watu wengine, imagine vile kuna watu unaitanga friends alafu wanabaki zile za aya. Kwani mimi ni friend yake? As in they're not even aware. They're not aware when ni friend yake. So you need to distinguish the two, and you need to, like, you see how some people say when they're out of a relationship, they put down the things they'd like the next person to have, the qualities. I think that's what one needs to do when it comes to friends. What does friendship mean to you? What will you bring to the table, and what will you like the other person to bring to the table? Yeah. The second last one is, as hard, as difficult as it is, always trust the process. I'm saying that, well, I am laughing, I'm giggling, because I know how hard that is. Hey? Let me tell you, if you'd have ever told me that this house of mine would have seats, or I'd ever get a partner who loves every inch of me without complaining about anything that I have, because I've had people complain about my body, nini, that's trash. Ungeniambia ati kuna time yenye ningekuwa kwa environment ya kazi happy, like, as hard as it is, like, we need to learn to trust the process. That's a difficult point. Just trust the process. Everything will happen in due time. Na hizi points zangu ni kazi na intermarry. Yeah. The last one, gratitude. Always be grateful for the little you have. I know most times we complain and we can't help it. We're human. But at the end of the day, I would think about those other times that you didn't have what you have now. Like, think about when hukuwa na chenye uko nayo saa hizi. Say it's food, there's a time you didn't have food, there's a time you didn't have a salary, but you now have a salary. Like, always be grateful. And the word of the Lord says God loves a grateful heart. So always sing of his praises and be grateful for everything he does for you. Your health, every morning when you wake up, thanking for your family. Yeah. So guys, that was part 1 of 20+1 things I've learned so far, and we'll have the next part in a few. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and please share and subscribe. Aki, I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for every one of you who takes their time to watch my content. Aki, like, at times I don't believe that there's someone who sits and watches my content. Me. But I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for making me believe in what I give you more. Thank you so much for reminding me why I started this. And yeah, pole tu hizo 10,000 views zitakuwa 10,000 for subscribers. You know, pole tu. Hatuna haraka, trusting the process. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye. Oh, please tell me on the comment section below the things you've learned. But I've realized you guys don't talk to me on the comment section. So kindly, anything you've learned, sio lazima ikuwe umelearn hii 2022, 2021. Inaweza kuwa tu kitu umekuwa tu ukilive by juu ni kitu ulilearn na ina manufaa kwako. Things you've learned or things you've had to unlearn. So yeah, goodbye.